Now, over the weekend, Hillary Clinton's campaign said it is supporting recount efforts that are led by Green Party candidate Jill Stein. This is happening in states like Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania. Now, this is insanity. It's all about trying to undermine a Democratic election and, of course, Donald Trump's decisive victory. Now, the idea for challenging election results appears to come from a conspiracy theory that the alt-radical left is now pushing. They're claiming that voting machines in those states were hacked, and maybe by the Russians. Now, of course, they have no actual proof of voter fraud or any wrongdoing, and both the White House and the Wisconsin Elections Commission have both said zero evidence whatsoever that that did happen. And it wasn't that long ago that Hillary Clinton, remember, she was slamming Donald Trump for saying at the third debate that he would wait until after the election actually happened before accepting the results. Remember how angry she was? Watch this.
That is not the way our democracy works. We've been around for 240 years. We've had free and fair elections. We've accepted the outcomes when we may not have liked them. And that is what must be expected of anyone standing on a debate stage during a general election. And then he's gone out and talked about rigged elections, and he's tried to rile up all of his supporters and his rallies, and it's really painful to see this.
But in that last debate, he said something truly horrifying, and that was that he wouldn't say he would accept the results of the election. This is his final target, our democracy itself.
There's also the fact that during her concession speech, Hillary Clinton said that the country should accept the results and support President-elect Trump. Let's take a look.
We must accept this result and then look to the future. Donald Trump is going to be our president. We owe him an open mind and the chance to lead. Our constitutional democracy enshrines the peaceful transfer of power. And we don't just respect that, we cherish it.
Now, the double standard from Hillary Clinton and the alt-radical left in the media is very appalling. So why isn't the mainstream media condemning Hillary for doing this? Now, what happened to the peaceful transition of power and supporting the incoming administration? Now, these principles of American democracy apparently no longer apply to the alt-radical left because, well, their candidate lost. And are we really supposed to believe that Jill Stein is not getting anything out of this? Interesting question. Now to another story tonight that is making waves. According to reports, President-elect Donald Trump is considering picking Mitt Romney to be Secretary of State. Now, they are set to meet once again tomorrow, but the idea of choosing Romney to serve in the administration is causing major controversy inside the Trump transition team. Now, Romney may be playing nice now, but he viciously, you remember this, attacked Donald Trump during the election. Take a look.
If Donald Trump's plans were ever implemented, the country would sink into prolonged recession. Now, Donald Trump tells us that he is very, very smart. I'm afraid that when it comes to foreign policy, he is very, very not smart. Here's what I know. Donald Trump is a phony, a fraud. His promises are as worthless as a degree from Trump University. He's playing the members of the American public for suckers. He gets a free ride to the White House, and all we get is a lousy hat.
I just can't sit by. What am I going to do when my grandkids say, what did you do to stop Donald Trump? And I say, well, I didn't do anything. I'm not going to be there. I certainly would not endorse him for president.
Well, I wouldn't vote for Donald Trump, and I wouldn't vote for Hillary Clinton. I intend to vote for our nominee. I expect that nominee to be a real conservative, a real Republican.
Beyond vicious. And those are just a few of the attacks from Romney. Now, according to the Washington Post, back in May, Romney was part of a group of never-Trumpers that tried to recruit a conservative third-party candidate to try and stop Trump from winning the White House. This was all part of the reason why top Trump allies are now speaking out against Romney. For example, Kellyanne Conway is the latest to sound this alarm. Take a look.
He went so far out of his way to hurt Donald Trump. There was the Never Trump movement, and then there was Mitt Romney. He gave speeches against Donald Trump. He attacked his character. I'm just saying that we don't even know if Mitt Romney voted for Donald Trump. The backlash from the grassroots, I'm hearing from people who say, hey, my parents died penniless, but I gave $216 to Donald Trump's campaign, and I would feel betrayed. You have people saying, I thought we got rid of this type.
Now, it is worth remembering that Trump's core supporters, they stood strong every single day against Romney and the, quote, never-Trumpers. Now, to them, Romney, he represents the establishment, everything they hate and voted against this year. Also, if I had to guess, I don't think Romney pulled the lever for Trump on Election Day. And while I understand the whole team of rivals concept very well, Lincoln didn't have to worry about his opponent's remarks being played all over cable news 24/7 and on social media. Now, the final point that we want to stress tonight is the Hillary Clinton criminal investigation. Now, Mr. Trump promised to investigate her and her use of a private email server and the Clinton Foundation. But the president-elect recently told the New York Times, quote, "I want to move forward, I don't want to move back, and I don't want to hurt the Clintons, I really don't. She went through a lot, suffered greatly in many different ways, and I'm not looking to hurt them at all. This isn't about hurting a former presidential political opponent. It's about whether or not America will have equal justice under the law, not a system that's two-tiered, where the elite, the powerful, are treated differently than all the rest of us." And you may remember, this is what President-elect Trump promised.
Hillary Clinton is the most corrupt person ever to seek the office of the presidency of the United States.
She should be locked up. She should. And if I win, I am going to ask my Attorney General to appoint a special prosecutor to look into her crimes, because what she did is a disgrace to the United States of America.
When we win on November 8th, we are going to Washington, D.C., and we are going to drain the swamp.
Drain the swamp, lock her up. Now, there's no doubt he's going to have his hands full cleaning up the mess that's left behind by President Obama. Donald Trump does need to focus on plenty of other issues, like creating those jobs that Americans need. But that doesn't mean that he can't tell the FBI and Department of Justice to pursue the law. What justice under the law? That means the Clinton email scandal and the foundation scandals. We know that Obama's Department of Justice was protecting Hillary Clinton during the election, and that the FBI is actively investigating the Clinton Foundation. So why not see where the facts lead without any outside interference?